welcome back to the channel. It's Katie from Katie Equestrian, and today I have some very exciting news. I have been keeping a secret from you guys for quite some time now, pretty much a year at this point, I think. And I think you guys will be very thrilled to hear what it is. It's been a bit of a, I guess you could say, work in progress for some time now, but I think you guys will like this surprise. Actually, a few of you guys guessed it, which totally surprised me. I did not think anyone would, but definitely if you guys did, and not all the way, but you guessed some things correctly. And I mean, I don't know. So without further ado, let's get to what actually is going on. Okay, so let's actually get into what the secret is, because I think everyone's a little interested. Now, to start off, there's little pieces that go into it, so I'll just tell you guys little pieces at a time, and then we'll have the big reveal at the end, okay? So, starting off, like I said before, a few of you guys actually guessed this first part, which totally surprised me when I was posting videos, and some of you guessed it. I was like, how did they guess that? And I kind of had to shake it off a little bit and pretend no one actually said that. But the first thing that people were guessing was, did you buy a new horse? Yes, we did. So you might have noticed in a few of my videos from last year, specifically in April, May, June time, I would guess, I posted some videos of little vlogs with the other horses, and there was a bay horse in the background that no one recognized. And so a few people commented and they're like, hey, who's that horse in the background? Did you get a new horse? And I'm like, no, that's just a friend's horse. Technically, yes, she was a friend's horse at one point. Anyway, that was our new horse, and some of you guys guessed that. So good job to those people who actually guessed it. Her name is Duchess, and she is I want to say 13-year-old Hanoverian mare, and she did dressage and started performing FEI dressage movements before we got her. So she actually ended her riding career when she was 5 years old due to a suspensory injury, and I don't know her entire background on that, but I guess it kind of ended her career with riding, which was quite sad. She'd go on trail rides and stuff, but nothing too crazy from what we know. Anyway, so she got sold when she was 5 years or 6 years old after her suspensory injury, and she ended up going to a friend of ours, and they had her until she was 12, I think. And so they had her for quite some time, and then they ended up selling her, and now she's with us. So she has some pretty fancy lines. She is pretty much, I would say, 60% dressage lines, 40% jumping lines. Her entire dam side is dressage, and then her sire side is about 50-50 dressage and jumping horses. She has the horse Voltaire as for jumping, who was a pretty famous, I think, 1.60 show jumper. So that's pretty cool. And then her actual sire is Womberto, who was a European warm-blood stallion who I think used a KWPN, if I'm correct. And anyway, he did really well in dressage and jumping, and even scored high in some cross-country / eventing. So that was pretty neat to find out. Her dam side is pretty much straight famous dressage horses. Dressage people might recognize some of these names. She has Donner Hall, Don Principe, I don't remember all of them, Destria, HVH, and some other horses. I honestly don't remember much of the dressage lines as I do the jumping ones, because I'm pretty much a straight jumper, but that's okay. A little about her. She is the sweetest horse ever, / the sweetest mare ever, actually. I have never met a more cuddly or sweet horse than her. Even gelding-wise, guys. Even gelding-wise, she is just so sweet. I've never met any other horse more sweet than her. Not geldings either, like I said before. So, I don't know. She's She's very brave and confident. She's not afraid of anything. Some of you guys might have seen my video where I brought a garbage bag out to the pasture and I like put it on my head to kind of like spook the horses a bit. Not like spook them intentionally, but kind of desensitize them. I just wanted to do something crazy that like they would never expect to see, and a lot of them were really scared of it. But Duchess, she actually just came straight up to me and she's like, oh, let me eat that. She had no fear. I ended up putting it on her head and she's like, oh, this is great. So she's very brave. She has the most beautiful movement ever. We've free lunged her a few times and her trot is just so floaty. Same with her canter. She's very, very uphill. And she's 16 hands, I believe. Her register name is Watermark HVH, and I don't know if you'll be able to find much on her if you're going to look her up, just because, like I said, her riding career ended when she was 5. But yeah, so that's a little about her and how we kind of came to find her. Now with the second part of this whole thing, I guess, she was bought from her old home when she was like a 5-year-old to our friend to become a broodmare. So our friend had, I think it was 3 or 4 foals from her. And then she got done with breeding and I think she sold 2 or 3 of her babies and kept 1 for herself. Anyway, so then when she was selling her, that's when we saw her ad. And we ended up buying her. And now we are breeding horses. So this is the first time we've ever done anything like this at all. I did do full training last summer, as a few of you might have saw in some of my other videos. And that was so fun. I love bringing up green horses and working with the babies. Or most of my horses have actually been green and I've had to bring them up on my own with Dakota, with Maverick, Blaze. Not many of you guys probably know Blaze. He was kind of a few chapters back, but he was a yearling thoroughbred that I bought, and I ended up saddle breaking him when he was 3, started him over fences, and even brought him to his first dressage show, and he ended up winning champion. So that's all great. We ended up selling him though. But I've just always loved bringing up these green or inexperienced horses, young horses, anything of the kind. And so when I had the opportunity to breed and do this all on my own, I was like, oh my heck, this is like a dream come true. Because my entire future plan is breed my own horses, train them up the levels, and then either sell them or continue breeding with them. And that's like my entire dream. I just love working with horses. So with that, we did breed her already, and she actually had her first baby. So that's the work in progress year thing that I was telling you guys about. Back in April, I think it was, we bred her to the legendary Choco Blue 2. Now, I know not everyone probably knows him, but he is a champion 1.60 show jumper out of the sire Choco Blue, who's the original. And he was an absolute icon in the show jumping world until he passed away. I actually don't know when, but he was really famous and he's had quite a few offspring. Same with Choco Blue 2. And a lot of them are competing 1.40 plus. And so that's kind of like what got us excited about this, is he has a lot of proven offspring that are already showing at some high levels and have won champion at their inspections, I think they're called. Yeah, inspections. And so we're like, fantastic. We breed a 1.60 show jumper with a mare who has about 60% dressage lines, 40% jumping lines. So she still carries that jumping with her. Then she also throws the movement and the brain and everything because she has such a great brain. And Choco Blue actually is also known for throwing a great brain, and also very brave, confident, scopy jumpers. Those are like the main things he throws. Also height, actually. So he's 17 hands and Duchess is 16 hands, so we're hoping to get something in between that mark. I would love a 17 hand baby. But anyway, so that was like kind of what we're thinking. We're like, okay, great, so we'll mix these two. we'll get the amazing movement, hopefully. Obviously, you can't predict these things with genetics and everything and how they all contribute. But what we were hoping is we'll get the movement and then the brain and the scopy jumper. Okay, so that was like our main things. We're like, fantastic, we'll do that. So our goal is with this baby to be a high-level jumper. Don't know what happened there. But our goal is to breed this baby to be a high-level jumper. And then if it ends up being a better hunter and like just moves better as a hunter, then fantastic, we'll do that. And it could be a hunter horse. Or even inventing, I guess, with the movement it has and then the jumping. But the biggest goal is high-level jumper. That was like our mark. And then we'll honestly just be happy with whatever this foal ends up being. So our plan is with this one to keep it, and I'll bring it up, train it, and then it'll eventually be my high-level jumper, because having a horse with these bloodlines and then all the training ends up being a very expensive horse. And so to do it yourself and be able to breed and train it yourself is just so much cheaper in the long run. And then you also know the horse from the very beginning, and any issues they have, you kind of know it was you who caused them. So I don't know, like that just like kind of made sense. And anyway, 11 months later, we had a beautiful filly who was born. I don't remember. Actually, I do. But I'm not going to say. Anyway, so she was born in March. And she is just the most beautiful filly ever. Now, a few things. When we were waiting for this baby, I spent about the whole 11 months picking out what's its registered name going to be, what's its name going to be, if it's a boy or girl, because we missed the mark to see what gender it was going to be, so it was just a complete surprise. And then I was hoping for a filly with long legs and a blaze but no socks, because I don't want to clean white socks. So that was kind of what I was hoping for. We received a filly with extremely long legs. The day she was born, legs as long as her mom's. She is a girl, like I was hoping for, and she has a blaze with no socks. You can't tell me that's more perfect. And she just has the sweetest personality ever. Anytime I go out there, she's just whinnying to me, and she comes straight up to me, follows me around the pasture, is so brave. I brought out so many scary things to like try and scare her, and she just comes over and she like grabs it, and she just like stands there as I'm like playing with her with it, and she just doesn't even care at all. She lets me pick up all 4 feet. She's leading great. Obviously, like, not everything's going perfect. She, like, when we first started leading, she was a little resistant, as all horses will be when you put something on their face for the first time. But she's honestly just like such a good girl so far, and seriously a dream come true. The other thing I was hoping for was a dark bay, and both parents are dark bays, so I was kind of thinking that's kind of set. But she ended up being a really, really light bay, and you know what? That's okay. Color is not like a decider on whether or not I'm going to keep it, because she has literally everything else I was hoping for. And so color honestly doesn't matter to me, and she's still just like the most beautiful filly ever. So I'll throw some pictures up of her and the lines on those parts where I'm talking about them. And then we can actually go out and see this little filly, and you guys can kind of see what she's like. And yeah, so without further ado, let's go do that. So I'm out here, and here's Cece for everyone who has not met her yet. So here she is. She has little teeth, and she is 1 month old. Little darling. She is so cuddly and just the absolute sweetest thing. So here she is. I'll get some more videos of when she's up and like playing, but let her nap right now. We'll just cuddle. So we're leading right now. I just barely put the halter on. Here's her progress on leading. Duchess is following, but Duchess was not following a second ago, and she's leading pretty good. She kind of stops a little bit. Let me just wait. Not really cool, like kind of let her lean on herself. Decided it's easier to come, and that's kind of just what I've been doing. everyone, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and being able to get to know Cece today. It's been so fun being able to share this with you guys today and hope you guys be able to get to know her a little bit. I hope you guys stick around for the journey because we're gonna have quite a few videos coming out with Cece and then of course Maverick and the other horses still, but I think she'll be a big part of the channel now that she's here. And we are breeding Duchess one more time. I did forget to mention that in my intro, but we are gonna breed Duchess one more time. So if you guys have any suggestions for what or who we should breed her to next, we would love to hear it. Whatever horse it is we are planning to sell, we are hoping for a high level horse. So whatever we breed to, we want it to be able to reach one of the highest levels if possible. Right now we are thinking if we breed Hunters, since she has the movement that she can throw, then we are thinking the horse Amazing, who is like a really nice hunter, I guess. I don't know a ton about him, but when I was doing my research, he was one of the top stallions showing up. Then if we do eventing, we were thinking of the stallion Diardo, who is actually a really nice show jumper, but a lot of his babies have been really great. Like, ow, don't bite. Olympic eventers. And so if we do eventing, we are thinking him. And then if we wanted to show jumping again, then we're pretty open to almost any stallion. We were thinking maybe we could do another Choco Blue baby like we did for her. And then for dressage, we were thinking the horse Glamourdale, who competed at the 2024 Paris Olympics. Anyway, comment down below what stallion you think we should do next and what you think she'll throw best of. And yeah, that's it. Thank you all for watching today.